You see, what I'm about to say will not sit right with a large number of people. We're Africans. Mm. And in Africa, or maybe let me be more specific, in Nigeria, mother is supreme. There's actually an Igbo name to that effect, Neka. Mother is supreme. And most mothers are supreme. Most mothers deserve that pride of place. But every now and then you stumble upon a mother that doesn't deserve the M with which that word is spelt. A case in point would be Vanessa Bryant's mother. The name Vanessa Bryant might not ring a bell, but if I say Kobe Bryant, you immediately know who I'm talking about. That's the American basketball star who tragically died with his teenage daughter in a plane crash in 2020. Vanessa Bryant is his wife. The person we're talking about is Vanessa Bryant's mother, Kobe Bryant's mother-in-law. The woman sued her daughter, that's Kobe Bryant's wife. Kobe Bryant's wife's mother sued Kobe Bryant's wife to court just some months after Kobe Bryant died. Why, you might be wondering. I'll just straight up read the story as reported by BBC News. It is not news, but it is current. And it's the kind of thing, is the kind of issue I like to talk about. You know, my channel focuses on relationship stuff, family, and things like that. So, it's something that deserves a mention. The title of the story is Vanessa Bryant, Her Mother's Lawsuit and the Value of Childcare. Vanessa Bryant, wife of the late basketball star Kobe Bryant, has found herself at the center of a torrid domestic drama within a year of the death of her husband and daughter. She is being sued by her mother. In the lawsuit, her mother, Sofia Laine, argues that she should be paid $5 million in back pay for, as she puts it, being her daughter's longtime personal assistant and nanny to her grandchildren. She also claims Kobe Bryant promised to financially take care of her indefinitely. Unfortunately, Kobe Bryant's promise did not see the light of day as he is now deceased, and Vanessa Bryant took each and every step she could to void and cancel all of Kobe's promises, she alleges in the 48-page lawsuit. Ms. Laine's legal action attracted a swift and significant backlash, not least for coming just 11 months after the death of Vanessa's husband and teenage daughter Gianna in a helicopter crash. One well-known journalist called the lawsuit repulsive, for example, in a tweet that at the time of writing had been liked more than 28,000 times. The strongest response has come from Vanessa herself. In a statement, she denied her mother's claims that she was a nanny and assistant, and instead accused her of attempting to extort a financial windfall from her. This lawsuit is frivolous, disgraceful, and unimaginably hurtful, she added. With both sides contradicting each other, there is little way of wading through the right and wrongs of what is a messy, complicated, and ultimately deeply personal family affair. But you see, these are some of the very real things that are part of being an individualistic society, where the self seems to matter more than anything else. How else would Vanessa Bryant's mother think it would be appropriate, just some months after her daughter's husband had died in a very tragic way, in a very unexpected way, along with her granddaughter? Just months after such a tragic incident, this woman has the, let me speak Nigerian English. This woman has the mind to take her own daughter, who is still in mourning, to court to sue her for back payment of $5 million, which she claims her son-in-law had promised he would pay for as long as the woman lives. Clearly, this is not a promise that was put in writing, because the kind of person this lady is, she would have brought that document forward. Since he is not alive to support what she said, it's her word against, I don't even know how to express that. It's just her word we have to work with. And if Kobe had such intentions, nothing would have made him look more like the hero than telling his wife, from now going forward, I aim to look after your mother forever. He would definitely have told his wife. Now, if he told his wife, why would she choose to take the bread out of her mother's mouth, so to speak? The mother clearly is not a young woman. She's an elderly lady. Her age is indicated somewhere. I think she's about 70 or thereabout. And of course, as you get older, you become more concerned about your welfare and things like that. But I find it frightening that a grandmother is not only demanding such a huge amount of money, she's actually able to sue her daughter, who is still in mourning, for the money. It tells me a lot about the woman, this grandmother. She is not a good person. She's not a good person. See, if an acquaintance is owing me money and the husband and child die in such circumstances, I will allow that lady to at least finish wiping the tears of her eyes before I step forward to ask for the money. And as a widow, if she says she doesn't have it, I'll cut my losses and let it be. That's my mentality. That's the mentality of so many of us that were born and grew up in Nigeria. We're used to a more communal lifestyle of being your brother's keeper, or in this case, being your daughter's keeper. The greed, the sheer insensitivity. I read elsewhere that she, amongst other things, she wanted a house, she wanted a certain kind of car. Because according to her, she had been serving as a nanny for a long time. You're looking after your grandkids. If you found the task too demanding, come on, certainly Kobe would have been able to hire the services of a professional nanny and pay her whatever her fees are. So while I'm not saying that looking after one's grandkids is a stroll in the park, it can't be. You're elderly, running after small children and all of this. It's tasking, it's grueling. But does that merit suing your own daughter while she's still in mourning for such a huge amount of money? And I've seen mothers do this kind of thing. I've seen more mothers do things like this than fathers. It's almost as if they're holding that child to ransom for the child being born, which is why there's this very toxic philosophy coming up now, which I personally detest, but I kind of understand why it is gaining ground. Where you have so many young people rebelling and saying things like, I didn't ask to be born. It's because of this kind of mentality. It's because of the emotional blackmail that some youngsters, some people are subjected to by particularly their mothers. That's what elicits that kind of response. I get it. I don't like it, but I get it. Because the truth is, if you really want to interrogate that philosophy carefully, did anybody ask to be born? No. Nobody. I dare say the larger population of the world are all walking accidents, not planned per se. But that philosophy is gaining ground because people are tired of being made to feel like they owe somebody something for being born. Certainly, I would say that a good child would aspire to look after their aged parents. That should be a given. That should be a given. Especially for people like us who are Nigerians who have grown up here, who are used to that kind of thinking, who are used to that kind of lifestyle. But some parents spoil it for themselves by holding it like a gun to the child's head, and it's wrong. I carried you for 9 months. I carried you for 9 months. These things are not necessary. I seriously doubt that this woman in question was suffering any kind of neglect. I doubt it. But she wanted more. She wanted more. And I wonder how Vanessa was able to manage her relationship with the woman before Kobe's death. Because this is the kind of person that can take a very personal family secret and sell to the tabloids to get money. She's that kind of, I'm sorry, but I don't know her in person, but that lawsuit is real. And she has made videos defending herself and why she did it. My opinion of her is in the gutter. It doesn't matter. She doesn't know me. But she's an example of the kind of mother I pray I don't become. She's an example of the kind of mother I'm glad I didn't have. And she's an example of the kind of mother who, if there's anybody out there who has this kind of Shylock for a mother, accept my condolences. The thing will do you strong. He's strong.